Okay, everyone. So, early morning video. For the most part, we're talking about all these other things again. With the self, you basically elevate it in a way. The self reflection is sort of the going through moment. But the most important part is the self forgiveness and forgiving others because, again, you could be holding grudges right now when you should be letting go and you should be forgiving other people. But more so is the mistakes that if you made and you haven't forgiven yourself. So those are some things that you need to think, as to say is, what if what if this grudge is holding me back? What if the small thing that I keep pestering myself about is something that I should just let go? I should forgive myself. So those are the things that will help you to elevate in a way and to a sense help you relate to others because more you let things go about the self, the less selfish one becomes because you realize that a lot of people need and they need to hear you or hear from you because what happens is you might end up pushing the people that you love and care about the most away uh, if you haven't forgiven yourself or others. Because again, you could be holding a grudge from somebody and then you won't forgive anybody else. You're just waiting for that apology. But again, when that apology comes, you end up feeling like this wasn't good enough. But the point about it was if the self forgiveness is there, then you'll be able to forgive people much easier. And again, I'm really talking to myself. All these videos I make, I'm really talking to myself. But the idea now is it's going to be easier again to forgive pretty much everybody when you forgive yourself first. So again, you're going to make these mistakes or flaws, whatever, but I mean, you just have to let them go for some time because again, people care about you. You don't want to push people away that love you because like I've been saying, this is the best time to transform because world's gonna need a transformation real soon. I'm just saying that's essentially what I'm saying. The confrontation of inner demons, of course, that's going to be important. But know that it's not the most important thing in the long run. If somebody, let's say, stole your cupcake in the third grade, you can forget that. You can forgive that. You know, there's a point where you just have to say, I forgive myself, I forgive you, and you just let things go because if you're holding back on someone who really did you wrong, someone who didn't do you as wrong, I mean, someone who basically wasn't aware of somebody else's transgression on you, they might pay the price for it. And so that's the cause and effect, or it's just a chain reaction of unforgiveness and things like that. So again, some people again won't even apologize, but you still have to forgive them because I don't even think they might be sorry. But the idea now is you don't want to become the very thing you hate. So it would be a behavior where you say it really only brings yourself down. All in all, though, um, the reason why again it is very important because the self is really all there is. If you really think about it, I'm saying the love you have for yourself and forgiveness you have for yourself is the one that you have for other people. You know, that's just a reflection of that. So again, don't push away people who care about you, love you, because again, they just want to heal you. They want to heal themselves because in this world, we're talking about the code is not necessarily to forgive and to understand things like that. It's just to bury it deep and then just hope for the best and just hate each other. And we need to love each other. I mean, it's not going to be that hard. But I will say, like, there's nothing necessarily that is too bad that can't be forgiven. But I mean, I'm saying like I could probably forgive anybody at this moment, um, pretty much. But that's not to brag. I'm just saying it's going to be hard for you to forgive people. But some of you really have to learn this because it will drag you down. Unforgiveness will drag you down. So again, Love everybody, forgive them, because you might be mixing someone else's mistake with somebody. Like, you might literally be making your own storyline with what somebody did, but it's not really that big. And you act like, it might, because it might literally be somebody else's transgression, but its energy is building up in the mind. It's building up and it's torturing, you, and then, everything's at stake. Your relationships, your friendships, and then, yeah, so, uh, I forgive myself. But I mean, most part, I know this. Uh, if you are very forgiving, you will be forgiven. Pretty much. I think, because now, again, like I said, your ability to love yourself is that's the love that you'll show somebody else. So it's not going to be one sided. You don't love someone because of how, they make you feel. I mean, you love somebody because, they're extension of yourself. They're basically your being. So that's the love that you have to show for yourself constantly, pretty much every day. Take care of yourself, because I don't want to stress this too much, but this is the most important part about anything you do in life, is that self love, and that familiar love, because it's going to branch out into generations and generations and generations. That very love that you have for yourself and your family. So that's the balance for, in terms of every single day living. And again, we're talking about the more spiritual side on this video, but it's like, I mean, not on this video, but I'm saying like before. So that'd be more even a red pill approach in life, because the spirituality is a lot of a disconnection from the physical world, and of course it has to be. You have to choose him. You sort of have to hate and love in a way that Christ would hate and love. He would tell you that, even your parents, even your spouse. I mean, well, most of your parents. I mean, it's basically a disconnection from there. But I'm saying, in the earth material plane, is like the blue pill. We're looking at blue pill, sort of like the pacify, sort of like, it is ignorance in a way. But I'm saying, with the blue pill, it's sort of like every day. Most of you are in the blue pill, or in maybe the red pill, but that's high spirituality. But if you're mixing the red and the blue, you make purple rain. Well, I would say purple rain. I just love the Prince song, but it's sort of like, that's the rapture. It's sort of like, closer you get to the source. That's sort of the purple rain, if you will. Sort of one of the terms. It's get to that purple rain. I know how it sounds, but I'm saying that is the closeness to the source, because you have to honor this creation in a sense, in a sense where you can go down from that red pill mentality and sort of say, disconnecting from, not disconnecting from all of the source. I'm saying, like, you have to bring some of that source down, because when you're that close to that source, no one's gonna understand what that source is about until, you come down a little bit, and you show them how in their world they can apply that source, because that's basically what we mean. So overall, um, forgive yourself, forgive each other, love yourself, love each other, because you know we want to have a good family, um, or a good life, or something like that. It's gonna need forgiveness of yourself, mainly because you're gonna do things that you might not even find right. But it's like, if you know yourself internally, like, or the other half is like, that's really what it is. So again, people, keep this in mind. Forgiveness is the key. All right, everybody. Um, I'll see y'all on Tuesday. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna set it up on Tuesday. We got the Street Boy Chronicles coming up, season 2, and to the Kings of Atlanta. So stay tuned for that. All right.